I got a lot of people in like June and July that they almost treated me like I was their last hope, or I was going to be like their savior. You're like, oh, I'm desperate for clients. Don't show it. Be calm, cool, collected, help people out, make helpful content, be nice to them. You can ask them questions and things like that, but don't be like, come in today, right now. You don't want to do that. So I'm going to give you a really helpful tip with all this. Focus on the customer's real pain points. Now, if you've listened to any of my stuff before, you've probably heard me say to focus on their pain points. It's a pretty common, term in marketing. But I'm going to kind of narrow it down for you and give you specific examples. What are people's pain points right now? So I'm going to use the beauty industry as an example. Are people like wanting to look like celebrities or wanting to look, amazing? Some people might. But the average person is probably a little bit lonely from, having to stay home a lot due to the events I'm not going to name the past year. People don't have that human connection like they used to. And so one of the cool things you can do, and I've always taught this, but now it's even more applicable, is, get yourself out there, make helpful videos for people, like reach out to people, get on Facebook groups and talk to people. It doesn't have to be directly related to your service. Like, you can be nice and helpful to someone, and then they could check out your profile and see like, oh, she runs a salon. If you put in the time and effort and build your brand and build those leads up and build your connections, then it's going to be a lot easier to get people in the door, as opposed to like the other side of the story where I got a lot of people in like June and July that they almost treated me like I was their last hope, or I was going to be like their savior. And I have helped a lot of businesses tremendously, but if you hire someone to do Facebook ads and you expect them to be your Lord and Savior, and I don't mean that in a sacrilegious way, but if you expect me to do everything for you just within a week or two, it just doesn't work out that great, because building a brand and everything takes time. Just because something doesn't work out the way you actually planned it doesn't mean it's not going to work out in some other way. Like, for example, I tried the life coaching business that didn't do well, didn't take off. I even got made fun of it at my other job. But here I am today, decently successful, I would say. And I've had fun doing it. So whatever you're thinking about right now, or whatever you're trying to do, my best advice is just put your heart into it, put your full effort into it, and good things will happen. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be like you've seen the past year. We've gone through a pandemic, but out of that pandemic, there's been a lot of opportunity. A lot of people are still making a lot of money, and even if you weren't able to, the pandemic's almost over. And so, whatever you're going to do, put your heart into it. Just like me, 5 years ago, I was wearing this exact same shirt, trying to, I was putting my heart into something else, but it turned into this. It turned into me being a marketer, me helping other business owners grow, and it's worked out pretty well. Think about all the times you've been the most stressed, the most concerned, had the most anxiety, and then what was that over? And if you ever did actually experience it, I guarantee a lot of those times you didn't even go through the thing you were scared of to begin with. But even if you did, was it really as bad as you were worked yourself up to be? In worst case scenario, even if it was, was it really worth wasting all that extra energy worrying about it to begin with? Sometimes we catch ourselves worrying about things that might happen next week, or it might not. And essentially what we're doing is we're stealing our own time. We're wasting our time away, because instead of being productive and happy and stuff in the moment, and really making the most of today, our mind is on tomorrow, or our mind is on next week or next month, or I don't know what's going to happen. If you feel yourself in that little box, whether it's business, whether it's life, whatever it may be, always remember, a lot of this is a mind game. I don't know, you might be religious or you might not. I personally do believe in God. And I think that, a lot of times God puts me in a situation that he's kind of testing me, and he's kind of growing me. That being said, if you're not happy doing your business and being an entrepreneur and being productive, then you should probably find something else. And I don't say that in a bad way. It's just life's too short to do too many things that you're always going to have to do things that you don't enjoy to a certain extent. But if it's overall you don't enjoy it, then you should consider doing something else. Because I mean, while this job, marketing and stuff, is a lot of work, it's also a lot of fun and very rewarding, and I do enjoy it overall. A teamwork mindset's great. Another way you can really utilize my service is just clear communication. You know, there's so many different aspects to marketing or advertising, and you know, a lot of times people will either assume the worst if they don't know something, or you know, just assume that something is, or just basically make assumptions. If you have any questions or if you have any concerns, I'm always here to answer your questions. I have 24/7 customer support. I'm always here to help, and so I think communication is another important thing. And I would say the third tip for getting the most out of my service is being ready to learn. You know, I mean, I feel like if I'm not learning, I'm dying. And so I always love to learn new things. I love to, you know, grow, and hopefully as an entrepreneur, you do too.